Good morning, Detective Bumble.
Morning, Detective Bumble. What's up, Pop?
Good morning. Isn't it a marvelous morning?
This is the day the Lord has made.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Oh dear, what a mess. Where's the broom? Hello, Fallacy Busters Detective Agency. May I help you? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Can you speak up, please? What? Hairy apes? How do you spell avocados?
Let's see now.
Never mind. I'll look it up later. Go ahead. Sure. Right. Okay. Well, thank you. And what is your name and number? Okay. Wonderful. Don't worry. We'll detect the statement for fallacies and get right back with you. Bye.
Hairy apes and avocados?
Yes. Sally says her uncle believes in evolution. Ouch. She tries to talk to him about creation, but whenever she does, he starts talking about apes and avocados and everything being related to each other. And whenever she tries to get her uncle to explain why he believes we came from apes and avocados, he just starts going into a lecture on how smart apes are and how good avocados are for you. She's not sure what's happening here, but she thinks something's fishy. And I think it stinks. Don't you?
Fishy? Stinks? You are right on both counts. Bumble, this is a classic case of a red herring.
Red herring? I thought we were talking about apes and avocados. What do fish have to do with it?
Dead fish, to be exact.
Do we really need to talk about dead fish? Hairy apes and avocados are bad enough.
Well, you see, red herrings are a type of dead fish. The term red herring is used when someone is trying to throw you off the trail or avoid a question.
I remember hearing about it from my grandpa. Years ago, hunting dogs were trained to follow the scent of animals, and during the training, someone would drag a smelly dead fish across the trail and off in a different direction. And then the dogs were taught not to follow the smelly dead fish trail, but to stay on the original scent trail. We want to ignore red herring scents, because they stink. Something like that.
Nowadays, when someone talks about a red herring, it means bringing up an irrelevant topic or point which distracts a person from thinking about the real question. Someone may think or want us to think the red herring proves his side of an argument, but it really doesn't.
But what does it mean for something to be irrelevant?
It means acting up in church.
That's irreverent. Irrelevant means it doesn't have anything to do with proving or disproving something. Basically, it's a way of avoiding a question.
Yeah, it's like distracting someone from what they're trying to find out and leading them off on a dead fish trail. Red herrings are a type of logical fallacy. It doesn't make sense to follow them, but how do you know that Sally's uncle is using a red herring fallacy?
Could you pull up Sally's situation from the typewriter?
Here it is.
Now, Miss Staken, please read what Sally asks her uncle, and Bumble, you read what he answers.
All right. She tries to get her uncle to explain why he believes we came from hairy apes and avocados.
And whenever he does, he goes into a lecture on how smart apes are and how avocados are so good for you.
Do you detect the problem? Do you detect the problem?
I'm not sure. I think he's right about avocados being good for you.
And aren't people always talking about how some apes or chimps or something like that can be trained to do all kinds of tricks? it doesn't seem like wrong information.
Ah, but that is a tricky thing about red herrings. The statements may be true and even contain good information, but they don't really have anything to do with answering the question. Does the uncle's argument that apes are smart and avocados are good for you answer the question of why he believes we came from them?
No.
But wow! I see it now! He's avoiding answering the question by talking about something else. He's distracted hating Sally from what she wants to know. Throwing a red herring across the trail. What a rotten thing to do.
But why is he doing it?
Well, it could be that he is not sure how to answer her question. It's likely he doesn't feel he has a good enough answer. Sadly, he has chosen to believe a lie. But you and I can hold firm to our belief in the truth of creation because we have a perfect reason for believing it. God says he created the world, and that settles it. Mistaken. Please read in the Bible what the manual says in Titus 1:9.
All right. Titus 1:9. Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. And that means... what does that mean?
It means we need to learn from God's word and take the time and effort to remember and obey it. This will keep us from being led away from what is right and will allow us to share God's words to others, even those who don't believe in God, to help them see the truth.
Oh.
I didn't know that verse was in the Bible. I guess I should be reading my manual more. You must have read the Bible through many times. It seems like such a daunting task to read through the whole thing. How do you do it?
Well, it does take a while, but you can do it in about a year by reading 3 or 4 chapters a day.
3 or 4 chapters? But what if it takes you longer to read things and you don't have a lot of time each day? I mean, I am not the world's fastest reader. Is it okay to read the Bible slowly?
Sure it is. It is not how fast you read the Bible that's important, but that you take the time to read it and think about what it says. God also wants you to choose to remember and obey it. Do you think you could read a smaller portion, perhaps 1 chapter a day to start with?
Yes, I could do that.
Me too. So if I read 1 chapter each day and took time to think about it and asked God to help me remember and obey what I'd learned, I'd be doing pretty good.
Absolutely. God commands us to be in his word so he can bless and teach us.
I think I'll start memorizing verses as well, so that I can remember what God's word says, even when I don't have a Bible with me.
Oh, Bumble, do you remember those verses we're trying to learn from Proverbs? Let's try to say them.
All right, and
You check.
My
son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 1, 2, 1 through 6.
absolutely. God commands us to be in his word so that he can bless and teach us. Mistaken, call our client, Sally, forth and tell her to stay on track and hold firm to her belief in the truth of creation.
And encourage her to read her Bible and keep praying for her uncle.
Will do. It would be a shame to have anyone led away from the truth by a stinky old red herring. I was planning on having fish sticks for supper tonight, but I think I'm going to make avocado sandwiches instead. I need to get avocados. Go by the grocery store. It's getting kind of late, but I'll call Sally first. Don't worry.
Speaking of what we're doing later, what are you planning on doing this evening, Detective Humble?
I know a really good fishing spot down at the lake.
Are you trying to distract me with a red herring?
Not at all. I'm not trying to get out of trouble by avoiding a question, nor am I leading you away from the truth with a distraction. I am simply changing the subject. Oh, sometimes it's okay to change the subject.
Okay, I thought you might be trying to test me or something.
Speaking of tests, have you finished that list of questions that I asked you to come up with last week?
Last week? You know, I saw a really cool detective movie last week. The detective reminded you of me. Reminded me of you.
Oh?
He was, very brave, determined, forgiving. What was the name of that movie again?
The Case of the Missing List.
Oh, yeah. I'll get right on it, boss.
Well, it can wait for tomorrow. Let's go fishing.
All right. Yes, sir. Let's go. Whoop-de-doo. Fish.
No, avocados.
I'm stuck. Let me out.